Hello Internet, welcome back to our RimWorld series. I really wish we had some goal in mind, but we don't. We're just sort of chugging along. Keep saying that in every episode, we're just chugging along. How much do we have a lot of herbal medicine. We can unforbid the herbal medicine one because they produce in low enough numbers that that's not a huge deal. I had forbid all this because we have a freezer full of items and it just doesn't seem good to continue taking up freezer space. We could remove some of the lights as well, but moving through there, they do prefer well-lit areas. So, man, we have a lot of lights as well. 34 in... always good when my throat starts cracking less than a minute into the video. So that's great. Hooray! Why are you harvesting? No, they're forbidden. Don't harvest them. Kimmy, what are you doing? Go find something else to do. We don't have space for these. They're forbidden. That means you don't harvest them. How do we... I don't think there's any way for us to do anything more than forbid them. So that's not great. Chickens joined. A group of chickens abandoned or lost have wandered into the area. They seem accustomed to human contact. Oh, that's so many chickens. I don't want... Oh my god. I don't want 10 chickens. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chickens. Okay. I would like to keep some chickens, mostly the hens. Unfortunately, we only have 3 hens and everyone else is a rooster. So we'll probably wait till they get pregnant and then just murder all of those chickens. Or if a trader comes, we'll sell them to a trader. I just don't want a million chickens. So let's go ahead and build some more animal sleeping boxes. I mean, does it matter what we make them out of? Because the animals probably don't care, right? Wait, animal bed? Fits any animal. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought big animals could only sleep on... I mean, we do have a lot of cloth. Sure, we'll build some animal beds as well, and that should give our animals plenty of places to sleep. I don't think chickens will consume a lot of kibble, so I don't think that it's a huge issue having them. But the main draw of having any kind of bird pet is to have them lay eggs, which, you know, is great. It's food, but I don't know if it's worth it. Masterwork animal bed, really? I mean, okay. It doesn't need to be pretty, though. It's an animal bed. Okay, I mean, that's fine. How many components are we up to? 5. I mean, that's enough for another drill. We want to build another drill so that we can find out what this material is. So that we can work. You know what? Don't build it there. Build copy. Build next to it. Cancel. Yeah, that way it's out of the line of fire as we do this. So, yeah, we want to check these other materials because maybe they're more valuable than steel. These just give steel, which is not super relevant because there's a lot of steel on the map still that we could mine. Colonists are out of Whitlock and Kimmy. Well, Whitlock we can just assign something. Didn't we tell him that... Oh, he's done with the turret already? Okay, pause. We got a chime in the background. We'll do transport pods. Who cares? Go Frenzy for Kimmy. She will move faster. I mean, that's so not relevant when you basically don't do anything as it is. I don't know what... If we're not expanding the base, I don't know what to make everyone do. We could assign more people to mining. Kimmy, how are you at mining? You cannot mine. Of course you can't. Why would I expect her to be able to mine? That's fine. It's fine. All these freaking chickens. Oh my goodness. We don't need all these roosters. We're gonna sell and or eat a lot of these chickens. And then the rest we'll keep around for egg laying and breeding purposes. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a randomized question from our lovely question generator. Beep boop boop. When was the last... I literally just had that question. What chore do you absolutely hate doing? Well, I don't have chores because I'm a grown-ass man. But I hate my responsibilities. I don't know. I don't like work. Is work a chore? I don't know. Like, you mean like stuff around the house. I don't really like laundry or cleaning. That's not really who I am. You know, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but I always kind of thought, you know, once I got married, that would be something the wife would largely take care of. But of course, I'm not married, and that's an unfair expectation to have. It's just I grew up in an area where, like, women, a lot of women that I knew were homemaker types, and so it always just seemed natural to me that that would fall more to a spouse. And I know that probably sounds really unfair, but like it's not like I wouldn't do it. It's just also steel. We don't want this. Deconstruct this. Ah, no, cancel. We can apparently reinstall these, which is great. We're going to continue checking materials. We want to find some... Meerkat, stop what you're doing. Move it. Move it, my man. Already working on deep drill. No, don't work on it. Hauling. Yeah, okay. Hauling. I guess he is. Meerkat's marriage. I never did set a marriage spot. Ah, gold. Very good. Yes, we want this. Although I screwed it up, it needs to be facing the other direction. Gold is great. Yeah, so I just always expected, you know, it's primarily something that my wife would handle. I always assumed I would be working for the money, which I know is cliche and traditional gender roles and all that crap, but like, oh well, that's, you know, what I expected, and that's sort of where things would land if I had a spouse, I think. It's not that I wouldn't do it, it's because I would, it's just I prefer not to do it, and I always assumed I would have, you know, more of the workload type situation than my spouse. Although, you know, if I met someone and they were like, hey, I want you to be a stay-at-home husband, I probably would be cool with that too, you know. Just depends on the person you land with, I guess. Let's go ahead and build a chair out here as well. Boom. Give them a place to sit. And yeah, so now we should have people working on gathering gold as well, which is extremely valuable. I don't know if it gradually gets depleted over time or how exactly that works. Can we set a higher priority on one than the other? No, we would just have to disallow access to it. It probably takes a lot longer to... No, it seems to be going pretty quick. They do use a fair bit of power, though. I mean, we're not in a situation that's precarious where power is concerned. We killed a turkey? I mean, shouldn't have been there, turkey. Probably coming to hang out with all our chickens. Needed something to do. So yeah, I don't like cleaning is probably the thing I don't like the most. You know, laundry is less of an issue because you just put it in and then walk away. And I love to cook, so cooking is a non-issue. But yeah, when it comes to cleaning, I hate doing it. I hate vacuuming, hate mopping, hate dusting, hate pretty much all that kind of stuff. You know, and I have pretty low standards when it came to that stuff. When I was growing up, for several years of my life, I lived in what was basically a hoarder house. It's been cleaned up since then, but it was real bad. And so, yeah, I have low standards because of that, because I got used to that and used to things being that way and the trash being everywhere. And so I'm a lot more, I can tolerate that stuff a lot more easily than I used to. We'll give this one to Vaughn. And you know what, we could set up another art thing, but I think I'd rather have them mining at the moment. We are running low on steel again. We're getting more components though, which is great. We could set up a mine order as well. I think I'd rather produce more from the mining drills because it's something that they're constantly mining, which will help increase their mining skill. And because as far as I know, it's an infinite resource. Even if it's not infinite, it's such a big area that we could just move the drill and continue drilling. Whereas the gold, I imagine, is a much smaller area. Portion 59%. I mean, we're getting gold. I'm curious what quantity of gold we get. We only get like 50 steel or whatever. So I'm curious what the gold poops out. We'll watch that and see. Gold. 10 gold. Very small amount, but, you know, it's not horrible. Running out of kibble, interestingly, presumably because there's a million animals here now. Go ahead and do this. I guess they'll butcher it first. No, she is going to default to making kibble first. Yeah, we took Turtle off so that she would be crafting more, but we do want her to do this stuff as well. Turkey meat, make some kibble. Yes, use that hay. We have so much hay, which is really nice. Let's get another question. Oh, we got a transport pod. Yeah, we're not going to be doing this at the moment, but that's something to have in the future. I guess we start researching the end game stuff. I don't know. really what to do there. So let's get ourselves a question. What is something you learned in the last week? Well, it's probably not something I should share. My family bought a PlayStation Classic for my niece, which is, if you don't know, it's the original PlayStation. It comes with pre-built games into it. It's like 10 games or 20 games or whatever. And they bought them, and I kind of said, hey, a lot of these are for like teenagers. She's 6, and she was like, yeah, I saw that it has the back of the thing says there might be some sexual content or violence. And I was looking at the games, and like none of them are for kids. And I told her, well, there's probably a way to hack this so that I can put kids' games on it, because we have games. It's just you can't put discs in it. So it's like, I have Crash Bandicoot. I have no problem doing the ROM thing a little bit. So maybe I shouldn't talk about this because I'm not sure the legality. I mean, we own that one, so I don't think that that's a big deal. But like, I could see people having a problem with me as the YouTuber saying that I'm gonna do some stuff that's vaguely piratey. But yeah, so I learned a little bit about how to do that. I'll probably do that tonight, set that up for her, because honestly, I would rather her have like Crash Bandicoot and like Spyro. I don't want her playing Grand Theft Auto, and she's 6. She's not going to play Final Fantasy 7, So I'm going to try to get that squared away so she has something fun to do next time she's over at the house. I mean, not that there's not other stuff for her to do, but kids love video games. I loved video games. We're up to 50 gold. Great. That's definitely super valuable. If we could also find some plasteel, that would be fantastic. But I don't really foresee that happening. Combat supplier, we can sell them our rifles and things. What? It gave us solar flare, I guess, is a negative event. So no mining for them, I guess, because that's going to shut off the power. Combat supplier, yes, we're going to send Whitlock. He should still have a benefit to his next trade, or did we already do that? I think we already did that. Stuck indoors. No, you're not. Go outside, bro. You can go outside. Oh, we can't use it because of the solar flare. Of course. Of course. 4 colonists idle. Yeah, funny thing, when the power goes out, nobody has anything to do. I am shocked. Also, it's very dark everywhere, and it's going to piss them off. So yeah, I learned to do that, I guess, technically, although I haven't done it yet. If you could run one business, which would it be, and how would you change it? You mean, it says which would it be, so I'm assuming they mean a pre-existing business? If I could run my own business, it would probably be something entertainment-wise with, books and online videos and YouTube stuff. So that seems like a plausible future for me at the moment. But if you mean an existing business, I mean, I guess like Amazon, right? Like, just pick the biggest business. I would pick up Amazon as my business, and I would probably do nothing different because they're making money hand over fist, and Bezos is the richest guy in the world, and blah, 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 etc. No, I think they're a little cruel to their employees. It just seems crappy to me that you're going to run a business that pulls in billions of dollars that has made you personally the wealthiest man in the world, and then you're going to have people complaining about wages and working conditions. It just seems absurd to me that that is allowed to happen. There should be mandated expectations on what you can and cannot provide. And so if you're making that kind of money, you should have obligations to your staff that apparently they don't have, because people are mad at Amazon every couple weeks for working conditions and whatnot. Thrumbos, yeah, don't care about the thrumbos. We will get Whitlock tomorrow to contact the combat supplier, although I don't expect that we'll get much from it. We should try to harvest these before they go bad. Whitlock has inspired surgery, so next time he has to do surgery, he will be better at it. That would be a great time. How much? 30 plasteel, 50 gold. How much do advanced components require? 20 steel, 10 plasteel, 3 gold. So we have enough for 3 components. Let's make 3 advanced components. And we'll try to make a bionic, and we'll get, with his inspired surgery, for 8 days, we'll try and get Vaughn a bionic. Who's the other transhumanist? Is it Agatha? Agatha. So what do you do around the base, Agatha? You're mostly the cook and whatnot. Yeah, you don't need it. I'm going to give Vaughn, who is a shooter and occasional hunter, I'm going to give him a bionic eye, I think. Because it helps them target better. The combat supplier left our range. Of course he did. Of course he did. So our heaters are on now. Everybody should be comfortable. The air conditioners were turned off except for these. This is still refrigerated. Excellent. Yeah, we're going to work to get him. What else can we give him? Bionic arm, bionic leg. Oh, doesn't he have a bad spine? What is his health issue? His right arm. So we could give him a bionic arm, and it would remove also, not only would it give him remove the transhumanist frustrated thing, but it would also raise his efficiency and remove his pain from his arm. How much does a bionic arm require? Bionic arm, info. 4 advanced components, which we don't have. We're only going to be able to make 3. That's not going to work. Bionic eye, I'm assuming, is like 1 component. 4 components for an eye. So we can't even make a bionic. So this is pointless. So you're telling me a bionic eye requires 4 advanced components, but I can slap together a bionic heart with less than that? That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Whatever, we're going to make the components so we at least have them for the future. So stupid. Some of the things, some of the little stuff in RimWorld, like their pathing, not making sense occasionally, stuff like that, is a little disappointing. You know, like I said before, this is obviously gated behind having plasteel and gold, which is not easy to get. The advanced components are, it's an obviously forced gate, which I really don't like. There's just stuff about it that bothers me. Mostly I love the game, you know, and I'm not going to say, like, don't buy the game. You should definitely buy this game if you haven't bought it. It's a fantastic game that I imagine you could play for thousands of hours and never blink at. And it's only like $30. Although it apparently never goes on sale, like intentionally never goes on sale. So you might as well just buy it. Don't wait for a sale. I was waiting for a while for a sale, and then I found out, like, I Googled it. I was like, hey, you know, this never goes on sale. And everybody was like, yeah, because he's, you know, one guy made this game, and he wants all the money. And I'm like, he earned it, so okay. Kimmy's father has crash landed. He is a veterinarian named Asano. Not affiliated with any faction. You can rescue him and hope he joins. Last time we rescued a father, he abandoned his child. What do you got going on? Animals, medical, social, intellectual. We really don't need another one of you, to be honest. And you're a wimp. Oh my god. And he's real bad. And he's a psych. I don't want him to die. We're going to capture him, and then we're going to release him. Because we don't want him. But we don't want him to die, because then Kimmy will have a bad capture. If he dies, Kimmy's going to get like a negative attached to her father dying, which is not great. So we're going to rescue him by making him a prisoner. And then we're going to release him, because we don't want him in the colony. He's just not good. He has a lot of negative traits. And we don't need another doctor researcher guy. We already have 2 of them. We have Whitlock, and I believe... was it Kimmy who's vaguely surgeon-y? Wasn't her... What was her class? Medical student? Yeah. So we really don't need another person doing this. Is Kimmy assigned to doctoring, by the way? Kimmy? Where's doctoring? Doctor. Yeah, kind of. 8 and 10. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we're not going to be able to make a bionic. That's really super disappointing. Getting a little frustrated by that, honestly. Let's pick a different question, because this is getting boring. What do you consider to be your best find? I'm not a prospector. I don't know. Let's find something else. What TV channel does not exist but really should? The Ocho, which is a dodgeball reference. Although I think that that's actually a thing sometimes. Basically, ESPN, the Ocho, it was like where they play all the obscure sports that no one actually watches, like dodgeball. Although I think they, as a joke, made that a real thing for at least a little while, which is interesting. We are out of meat. We need to hunt. Alpaca, alpaca. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder. We really want as much as we can of the same species so that the meat stacks. So I'm hesitant to bring on a third species. Plus boars will attack you, which is a little scary because I think they will attack in a horde. So we'll just go with what we've done there. And yeah, so channel that doesn't exist. So what do I want to watch that doesn't really exist? Honestly, more anime channels would be great. They don't really exist on my current cable. You have to special order the anime channel, and then we did that for a while, but they would recycle the same shows. So basically it was like, hey, here's 10 animes you can watch. And at first I was super psyched and I loved it because it was like I hadn't really seen anime in a while, and I don't like pirating, and so it was like a great way to watch some anime. And they had some good ones. That's where I watched Another and Mirai Nikki, which are two of my favorite animes of all time. Although I've only seen them once, they might not hold up on the second or third watch, but I thought they were really good initially. And Turtle, could you, instead of cleaning, could you actually make kibble for me? No, I'd rather you make the kibble over butchering, but she'll get to that. And then after a couple months, it was like they would take shows off to put new ones on, and at first it was great. And then they started putting back on the shows they just took off like 2 months ago. So like they only had a rotation of about 12 animes, and most of them were trash. Like there were some good ones that it's great, for hooray. But then there were like ecchi animes that are not really my style, so I was like, I can't watch this, you know. And then there were a lot of like the sports animes, which I think are the worst anime. It's like, oh, come watch me play freaking tennis, and it's like nobody cares. So we have from this one, this is better because they're going to be away from our colonists. So we're going to draft everybody except for Pixie. Pixie, you can go hang out over here. Everybody else, can we shift remove? Okay. Everyone else, get over here. We're going to fight. Oh, animals, get inside. What are you doing? Oh, good. We can just drag and paint that. So we're going to stack them up. They're going to come for the animals, and we are going to mow them down. Oh, wait a minute. The mega spider is like one of the more dangerous creatures, and it's probably going to destroy this. Actually, it's not doing that much damage. Let's slowly advance. It looks like there's only a couple more left. You still can't shoot them from there? Chicken, why are you in combat? Oh, it's a rooster. I mean, honestly, if the rooster can tank the damage so my colonists don't have to, that would be great. Did we down it? Go kill it. Make sure it's dead. And I can't believe this chicken survived. Bitten off its right eye. That's pretty gross. Kill this. Why aren't you killing it? There you go. And we can undraft, and we can undraft Pixie as well. We'll get that taken care of. And a raid immediately. They want to tunnel through my defenses. That's a problem. That's a problem. Tunnelers are some of the worst because we can't actually choose where we engage them. Everybody, I mean, I don't know where to deploy. Why would you sap through that? And a flash storm. So, looks like our random generated event thing is losing its mind a little bit. It's looking to me like they're going to come through here. And there's fire in the home zone. Where? Of course. I mean, if you could lightning strike them, that would be great. They also come with all like Molotovs and incendiaries. So the game is clearly ramping up the difficulty with these incendiary launchers and whatnot. I gotta imagine that they're gonna come... Where are you guys all going? Okay, I thought they were going somewhere in particular. Yeah, don't rest. Unfortunately, we need you to get ready for combat. It could be a while before they get here, so people are gonna be upset. Fire. I mean, the walls should be able to stave off the fire, I would think. Pixie, you don't need to be drafted. You can go about your business. Turtle, I kind of need you. I'm sorry. You have a really good gun. I need you to come over here. Of course, they're going to go through the front. Why? It just said that they were going to sap. They're just going to tunnel through random bits of our base. What a nonsensical freaking thing to do. Let's go murder them. Can we flank them? Let's flank them. They mine really quickly, but I think we can probably come up from behind. It's the incendiary launcher and stuff that I'm worried about. Take them out, Kimmy. You're a very good shooter. Great. Let's move up a little bit so we can get more people with eyes on. Where's the fire? I mean, I don't think it's going to spread through. Ah, gosh. Come on, combat. I think, honestly, we have better range in shooting than they do. It looks like we're going to be able to kill all of them, basically. Which is fine. I mean, it's just equipment. Is there anything... I mean, we would have to knock them down. Yeah, and we murdered everybody. Okay, I mean... It's fine. It's more guns for us. But I am worried about the difficulty spiking here. It's a little worrisome. We can unforbid those as well. Not sure why these are forbidden in the first place. We're obviously going to cremate them. And we can unforbid this as well. People are going to be unhappy that they're seeing corpses, but what are you going to do? And then we'll turn everyone loose to go to bed. And yeah, a little weird that they chose to tunnel. I mean, and there doesn't seem to be any real defense of that. Let's clear the home zone here so that we don't constantly get these messages and our people won't wake up and freak out and think they have to go put out the fire. Because they don't have to, because it's a stone wall, which I think is impervious to fire. Pretty sure. Not sure why this is home zone at all. Probably because of the storage zone we put out there. Okay. That should be fine. Okay. So we got a raid. That was our first set of sappers. They're a real hassle because they mine so quickly, which it seems very unfair because it takes our people a long time to mine through things. And they basically just tunnel into your base. I'm not sure why they split up. I'm not sure why one came to the door and one decided this was a good place to go through. And I'm really not sure what you're supposed to do in defensive sappers. It's one of the reasons I don't like them, is that there's really no way to handle that because, you know, how am I supposed to know where they're going to path through? So it's like, how do you defend against something that will have a mostly randomized path that the player can't understand? So I don't have a problem with it like, oh, what a terrible part of the game it is. But it is a little frustrating to not know what to do and feel like you're not doing, you're not properly protecting yourself because I don't know what the right thing to do about that is. Go ahead and cremate these bodies so we stop getting the body debuff. That would be great. Everybody else hopefully will haul some of this crap inside so they stop deteriorating. Our little zone is going to get full of these weapons. At least they don't get tainted when people die. Which again, don't like that mechanic, the tainted mechanic. We're also out of meals. I'm not sure why Agatha isn't keeping up with cooking. Bio cooking 7. She needs a cooking 8 to start cooking better meals. I'm not sure why. I mean, there are 8 of us. So presumably we need like 16 meals a day. I think if we increase... I mean, I don't think that's even going to matter. We're... Whatever. Visitors, they have a few items to trade. Okay. I mean, well, good. You have a new path right to our base. So don't even fret, dog. Don't even trip, yo. We also need to build these doors at a very high priority. So go ahead and do that. And we're going to call the episode there. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I mean, I know I'm getting a little complainy now, but that doesn't mean I don't like the game or whatever. So that's going to do it. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.